Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my MotoGP Rider Career Mode, and we are here for the third from last race of the season in Phillip Island for the Australian Grand Prix, a track that I do actually quite love, one of my favourites on the calendar, an absolutely brilliant circuit with a lot of flow and one that I'm enjoying. But first of all, if you did miss the last episode guys, and I do urge you to go check it out at Motegi, a very good race for us, and a big change in the championship, which I do urge you to go check out because it means a lot going to the last three races. And the battle for the title is pretty much over. Mathematically, we're still within a chance that we're there's 75 points on the table, and we are 75 points behind Valentino Rossi, so mathematically there's a chance, realistically, probably not. However, we are in a battle for third place in the championship, so I'm hoping to try and pull through. Also, there is an outside shot of us winning the Constructors as Ducati, so you never know, but either way, going into Phillip Island, hopefully we can just have a good race. I want to try and get another W on the board and try and see out the season in a positive way. So let's jump into Phillip Island, let's get into qualifying, and let's see how we shape up for the grid for the Australian Grand Prix. This track was absolutely incredible with Moto 3 and especially Moto 2 last season, so let's hope I can have more fun with the MotoGP bike. Okay, I'm currently 1/10 up in the third sector. What can we do in the final? I've got the line a bit wrong into the final corner there, a little bit too early turning. But let's see where this first lap puts us. Open up our account in Q1, and it's going to be 6th place, so still a bit of an improvement to make here. This is much more of a competitive lap time, 2 seconds up in Sector 2, and at this point last lap I was half a second down pretty much. This is definitely a lot more on the money here, so let's see if we can just get this third sector hooked up, and there we go, 6/10 up, one more sector to go here. At the final corner, just a little bit on the grass that time, but still making it work okay. It should be enough, no not quite, we just miss out, so throwing away 6/10 in the final corner there. This has got to be the one, surely. Okay, this is definitely the one, 8/10 up. Let's just try and get this final sector nailed. Okay, that was absolutely perfect. A little bit of a wheelie coming out of the corner, but that was a lot more speed through that final corner. And this time, that should be enough. And there we go. We go fastest by 4/10. And we'd still drop, pretty much half a second, but still, we managed to go through first into Q2. So, Jonas Folger's going to come with us, and Scott Redding is just going to miss out in the Pramac Ducati there. But now, let's jump into Q2. Okay, it was a pretty good lap to be fair. Fastest in the third sector, only just, but the final sector was pretty damn scruffy, and we ended up 9/10 adrift there. Not the best final sector, very scruffy indeed from me as I got on the grass a bit, but we're going to try and go again. We've got a bit of time here, so we'll have a few cracks at it. Okay, we're 4/10 up in Sector 3. Let's see how we can tackle this final sector. I hate this corner because it's so awkward. You have to wait so long on the throttle, and now into the final corner, which is where I just struggle to get the perfect line. I'm going to try and keep a little bit lower. Play around with the throttle a bit, out the final corner here, keeping the nose down pretty much. That wasn't too bad actually. Will it be enough? I don't think so. It's going to be close. We just miss out by a 10th. We go P4. Let's try and improve. I think I can get a bit more time in this first sector, but we're pretty close. No, I messed it up. I've run in deep. I've got it all wrong. I tried to keep the nose down. I accidentally endoed into the corner, and that is going to be my last attempt. I think I'm going to try and push this final sector a bit, see if I can find anything, but that might have been my last attempt and my last shot at getting pole here. Trying to squat the throttle on as early as I dare. Really squirting out the rear tyres. Pretty damn good through there, but the initial mistake is going to cost me dearly, and indeed it did, and there we go. We can only manage 4th place. Maverick Vinales gets pole position for the Australian Grand Prix, only 3 thousandths ahead of Marc Marquez. They're very close between those two guys, literally a hairline splitting the two. And then Valentino Rossi a little bit further back in P3. We start alongside him we start at the front of the second row, and we'll be leading that second row of the grid with Dovi to my right and Pedrosa bringing up the second row there. And Lorenzo only managed in P8 with Petrucci in P11 in the Pramac Ducati there. So overall, a pretty good qualifying session. Quite happy with that one, to be fair. But we're now going to go into the race and see if we can convert this 4th place into a possible podium or even race win. Okay then, here we go. We're going to get ready to the 4 red lights here. Lights out and away we go in Phillip Island. And it's a pretty good start actually, not too bad. I've had much worse starts than that, so down at P7, not too shabby. So we're going to turn on for the first time. Going to try and pick up the inside line, make sure we don't get overtaken too badly. Iannone goes around the outside, the Maniac putting off a brilliant overtake there. We're going to go up the inside of Iannone, just about get that position back. Now Crutchlow right in front of us here, trying to squirt the bike on, squirting on the rear tyre, skidding that rear tyre out. But here we go, this is a lot of potential time to gain through here. We can get this absolutely right. We get a little bit close to Crutchlow actually, just getting a little bit too much momentum through there. But up the inside on the brakes, on the Brit, do we pull it off? Yes, we do. Very nicely done. Is that Lorenzo or Dovi? I think that's Dovi who's had a great start. I'm in a P3. So, very good stuff from here. Marquez who qualified second. Look at this, he's right in front of us here, dropping down to P5. So Marcus having a pretty poor opening lap here in this race as well. Pedro's having a great race. Also, Rossi gaining places. So quite a few shifts in the pack here on this opening lap in Phillip Island here. We're going to try and set a bike up for a possible move here. Maybe under braking into this next brake zone if we can. Got to be aggressive. Try and go a little bit late on the inside, but we can't get the bike slowed down. That Honda is very, very agile, very light, very easy to change direction in. And Pedrosa and Marcus definitely hold on, but through that curved left hand over the crest, I'm definitely quick through there. We've hit the deck. Oh, it's a big crash. We've caught the curb. It's not ideal catching the curb like that. That is going to be fatal. So that's going to set us right to the back of the pack at the end of lap 1, and that is disaster for us. So let's see if we can try and make something happen. Okay, we're right on the back of the pack, so we're going to start making the moves, I think. If we can just get close enough, we're going to kick things off with Bradley Smith. So let's try and get past him, squirting the Ducati on. I'm going to gain a lot in this sector. Sector 3 is where I'm the fastest, and I think the AR aren't particularly great into this next left-hander, so we're going to try and set up an overtake here and try and be nice and aggressive up the inside of Bradley Smith, and also Tito Rabat, Carol Abraham. We got on the curb a little bit there, but we made it work, the triple overtake, which then gets re-overtaken instantly, but we're going to switch right back underneath, a bit of third gear action to try and get the traction. Bradley Smith, though, barging me right out, having absolutely none of it. This is going to be a very, very intense race, I think. Very few cuts, plenty of overtaking, so let's see how it goes. Keeping it nice and low here through the final corner. Absolutely perfect. Little bump on Bradley Smith just to get us a little bit of cornering speed we need. And here we go, picking up a toe on Carol Abraham. The Ducati power coming through here. Braking late into turn 1 on the inside. Going to run a little bit wide there, just taking too much of a narrow entry. And Rabat is going to switch back underneath me on that Honda machine. So fair play to him. I'm going to go up the inside though again. We need to make these moves stick. So past Carol Abraham, we've got Paul Espargaro next. So let's see if we can get past him. Try and get a nice run through this left-hand kink and try and set up the move into the hairpin. Nice wide line through there. Braking hard now into the right-hand hairpin. And there we go. That is a beautiful move. And up next is Mr. Sam Lowe's, who no longer is in MotoGP this season, down to Moto2 this year, I believe. Right, here we go then through the left-hander again. We're going to, this time, opt for the outside. Very nicely done there. Again, a nice bit of momentum. Jack Miller as well. We're going to pick him off in his home race around the outside. He goes straight back on my inside, to be fair to him. I'm going to switch back underneath him again at the hairpin. But he's there on my inside. I can't really do much about that. I'm going to go right back up his inside there. And there we go. That is the story of MotoGP, the constant switchback maneuvers. That is how MotoGP works when it comes to battling. Trying to look always for the switchback. But here we go, onto the pit straight. Hector Barbara and I think Alex Rins just in front. So here we go, onto lap number 4. Let's see if we can try and get some good points out of this race. If I can get a top 10, I'd be happy with. It's going to be hard, but I feel like I can do it if I play my cards right. We've got a great run through turn 1. And then we're just going to get up the inside of Hector Barbara and Alex Rins as well. Little bump there for good measure, but we make the move. Rins trying to go back up my inside, but we make it work, and we're into P16, 1 place shy from points. Okay, right behind Loris Baz and Alvaro Bautista. Let's see if we can get past these guys. I think it's either Lorenzo or Redding. I can't really tell, or maybe Petrucci, but it's a Ducati after these two guys. But Baz and also Bautista on satellite Ducatis, so same sort of chassis from last season's bike. Let's see if we can get really close to these guys. Now onto the start of lap number 5. We set the fast up at the Grand Prix, so we're definitely the person on the move at the minute, and we've got some great pace here. I've got some very different lines compared to the AI, and I'm definitely pushing the limits of this track. I've got the medium front, hard rear tyre on, so I've got tyres on to be able to push the bike and really try and maximise my time gain. But here we go, very nice run through there, getting that absolutely perfect. We're going to get also down the brakes, up the inside of Bautista, a little bit of a nudge there, but we're going to get it down for the apex. Got Baz on my inside trying to get back past me, but no way through there, and we're into P14, so very nice move. And Jonas Folger up next. Now that's interesting because Folger, he'll be racing next season, but apparently there might be a third Tech 3 on the grid, so that's a possibility for next season, possibly if we get the contract offer. Maybe try and make the jump to Yamaha, make our way up the ladder. But here we go, into the fast left-hander, looking at Folger, a little bit of contact there. We're going to go up the inside on the brakes. Do we pull it off? It's going to be very close. We can't make it though. The Ducatis though, I've got to say, making their way through the field quite nicely. Both of the Pramacs, Petrucci and Redding now at the front of this train, and Lorenzo just in front. So Jorge on the works, Ducati struggling, whereas the satellite ones making the moves here. But here we go, onto the pit straight. Lap number 6 about to get underway. These bikes are a little bit more competitive now, so we've got to be careful. But here we go. Let's try and make some more moves into turn 1. 4th gear action. Someone's hit the deck. I think it's Ducati. I think someone's hit the deck, and it's, I guess we'll find out in the bottom left in a minute, but I'm definitely sure it's Ducati, what I saw. So, yeah, it's definitely, I think, either Scott Redding or Danilo Petrucci who's gone down, so that's unfortunate. But here we go, there's constant overtaking going on at the minute, so we can't really focus on that crash. We've got to keep going here. And it was Alicia Spargo, actually. I saw a bit of red, so I thought it was Ducati, but it turns out it was the Aprilia, so never mind. Cal Crutchlow here, going very slow. We're going to just catch him napping and go up the inside. And no, Spargo is right there, so it couldn't have been a Spargo. It must have been, yeah, it's a Ducati. I'm sure of it. It must have been a Ducati. So here we go. Spargo is on my inside in the Aprilia. Getting that rear tyre really switched on there. Starting to really burn out my tyres and running out of rubber now. But we've got Jonas Folger up next. Let's try and make the move on the Tech 3 man. We're into P11 at the minute. I'm going to try and cut back underneath Folger maybe. No, okay, we're just going to go clean around the outside. Look at the grip we have through there. Absolutely remarkable. And we're just going to hold it into the brake zone, into the right-hander. Lorenzo here getting overtaken by Johan Zarco, which is quite surprising. So Lorenzo is struggling for pace. And that Pramac is on the back of that Suzuki. I think that's the Iannone. So that Pramac really going well on that satellite machine. So let's see if we can get past now one of our 2 teammates in the form of Jorge Lorenzo. My rear tyre is gone. We're about to go any minute. We've got to be very careful. Folger's overtaking me. The battle for 6th is right up ahead here, so we need to try and get close through here. It's my last chance, but my rear tyre's let go, and I think that is going to be all she wrote this race. If I can just nurse this bike to the finish, I'd be pretty happy because I've got no rear tyre now. So, yeah, this is going to be very close, but Redding, it looks like, is the man who's in 6th place, and there's Petrucci who hit the deck. So, let's see if we can try and bring the same in P10 at least and salvage some okay points. Damage limitation. Here we go, out the front of the corner. Squirting on the rear tyre for one final time onto the grass a little bit. We're going to be pressured to the finish line by Folger, but we're just going to get it, and we're going to take home P10. So not too shabby there in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, good recovery from the fall. We take the fastest lap, just a little fraction faster than Vinales there, but Lorenzo, look at that. I mean, we definitely had him in our sights, but Scott Redding, fair play, MVP of the day. After starting outside of the top 13, he pulled out a brilliant result to get P6 here today. That Pramac working beautifully well. And Valentino Rossi wins ahead of Maverick Vinales there. And Dovi actually gets the 3rd place. So, fair play, good result for us as a team. And 4 Ducatis there, or should I say, yeah, 4 Workston and Pramac Ducatis there in the top 10. So, not too shabby. And that is going to mean for the Riders' Championship, we drop back down to P5. Dovi now takes 3rd place, 6 points covering 3rd to 5th. So that battle is still as hot as ever with 2 races to go. In terms of the constructors, you can see Yamaha now pretty much, you could consider them champions. And then in terms of the team rankings, also Yamaha looking nailed on to win that one after that race, which is unfortunate, but not much you could do when the 2 guys in blue are absolutely unstoppable. But overall, pretty damn good race here today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, then please do slap a like on the video. Literally action everywhere at Phillip Island, one of my favourite tracks. Really enjoyed that one, and hopefully you guys did too. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on your notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And also, please be sure to check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them by chance. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Let's see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.